Okay, so for the alerts, if you go into the indicator settings, down here, if you click on highlight, these highlighted bars are the ones that just let it load for a bit. The highlighted bars are the bars that you'll receive alerts on if you turn them on, right? And if you want them, so there's a bunch of conditions that need to be satisfied before you get an alert. If you want the alerts in real time, as soon as these conditions are satisfied, then you'll get the alert. Otherwise, set it to bar close, and you'll only get the alerts when it fully closes. So sometimes if you set it on real time, you'll get some kind of false alerts. Maybe at the top here, a momentum bar going up to the top. Otherwise, if you set it to bar close, you'll only get it on these confirmed ones. So if you click on debug mode, you'll get the text that you'll receive um, on your phone or in the on that bubble that pops up on the alerts. These stars tell me that there's a trigger bar, and then bullish, bearish, and then if it triggers a level, it tells you, bullish M15 bullish trigger bar and triggered the previous H8 high. So this no hype one, these are the ones that I like. So these are customized to how I like to be alerted. And so often I'll just have them on during my session so I don't miss anything. It might be slightly different. I've updated the indicator a bit, but I haven't updated the trading view one. I have changed the alerts very slightly, but I've definitely changed the trigger bars. I have a lot more now. And so basically now I don't even trade unless I get that trigger bar. So that's that. And then there's a whole bunch of different types. You can just put on highlight and see what they all do. Triggers just tell you, just highlight, just alert you whenever you get these trigger bars. Momentum bars are the yellow bars over here. So I know that you don't really use them, but for me, they're like super useful to tell me when we're at possible swing points on this time frame. And then we have levels, which are whenever these levels get triggered. In the M15, it's the H8 levels as well as the daily levels. Um, yeah, and then all is just everything, and that's it. So these are just for visualization. You don't need to have them on. You don't need to touch them at all. So if you're want to put on alert, um, you go to alert, condition, momentum theory, and then any alert function call is whatever you have this set to. So if you have it set to triggers, then you're just going to get alerts at the trigger bars. If you set it to momentum bars, it's just the momentum bars. Yeah, so I almost never, I never touch this at all. It's just always set to no hype. So I also have other ones here. If you click on right, so if you click on create, then you'll get the alerts for that indicator. But then I have other custom ones here: triggers, momentum bars, breakout bias, and bias. Well, you don't have this one. This is my own, but there's a whole bunch of ones here, and they should be exactly the same as whatever you have over here, or very similar. And so basically, triggers are whenever there's an entry. Yeah, momentum bars. Those momentum bars. Breakout bias when the bias gets flipped. So these yellow ones are breakout bars, but very often, like this one, for example, you have the breakout bar over here. This is a breakout level, and this one closed below. You'll get an alert when this happens. So this is a false breakout. And while the momentum bars are pretty much those trend reversals on a smaller time frame. Yeah, so you just click on whatever you want. So 99% of the time, I'm using one of these. I don't really use. Well, I do use this as a kind of a general one, but when I'm about to take trades, I usually click on one of these, and then click create, and then that's it. So I'll drop down here to the 5 second, and I'll show you how this works. Just give it some time. Okay, so if I don't think I'll get many entries here. So let's say if I want to have my alerts on, I can click on they either use a no hype one, but the ones I use a lot on these ones, okay, I'll click it, I'll change it to momentum bars. I it's you're only going to use once per bar or once per bar close. So once per bar is in real time. Once per bar closed is when the bar fully closes. So uh, I'll do once per bar close. Going to create, and then I'll be alerted whenever there's a momentum bar. So one of the differences between using the alerts in this indicator and then using the alerts um, down here is that the indicator will give you proper text that tells you exactly what happens, while the this version does not. So I got that. Yeah. So it just says momentum bar. Doesn't tell you which direction. So that's it. The other thing to know is that sometimes these alerts they're not. Uh, Sometimes they're in real time. Sometimes it's not. So I've had alerts that, especially on the M15, sometimes it comes in like 5 minutes later or 3 minutes later. So I wouldn't rely on them 100%, but it's definitely better than just sitting in front of the computer. Okay, I'll turn this off. So obviously, I'm not doing this on the 5 second chart. Um, the other thing that you can do is okay. Let's go a bit higher. 1 minute. Set the alerts, and then let's go to breakout bias, and then I can do once per bar. So what this tells me is actually, let's go back to momentum bars and once per bar. Click on create. So I'll get an alert every single time that the condition just um, happens. So right now, once per bar closes, you'll only get at the end of this momentum bar when the bar closes. But when you have it uh, once per bar, as soon as that condition is met, it'll just shoot it off. But it might take some time now. We're stuck in a range here. Let's see if I can get one. Just let it run for a few minutes and see. Okay, this is going to take a while. It's a minute, so but I hope you understand the concept. So that's how you set the alerts, um, and yeah, that's it. So for me, it's extremely essential to use those alerts. Unless you want to sit around watching your charts, I would definitely use alerts. That's it.